What is going on, you guys? Wonder Bro here, and today I have a very, very important lesson for you. Today we're going to be talking about the fact that you can live your life without much thinking, without doing much thinking about it. Because when we think too much, we tend to wind up in trouble. We tend to wind up stressed, anxious, depressed. But there is this common misconception that we cannot live a life on this earth as a human being without thinking. But you can, okay? The thinking mind is a great tool, but it's taken over. We are now the slaves to the thinking mind, and the mind is our master. It needs to be the other way around. We need to be the master of the mind, okay? And the mind needs to be our slave. But it's not that way for many people. And it's not that way because many people are under, this illusion that they can't live unless they're doing a lot of thinking up here. You know, we have a lot of things going on in our lives in today's society, in this modern world that we live in. But you can still succeed and take care of business in your human life without so much of this, okay? So when I suggest... I don't know where that came from. When I suggest living without thinking too much, without judging everything, labeling everything, taking everything and putting it through the filter of the mind instead of just being present and absorbing it all, but putting it through the mind instead, when I suggest not doing that and just being present and not so much up here, you can still live a normal life, an enjoyable life, a successful life if you live that way. The only difference is you won't suffer nearly as much when you live more in the present moment instead of so much up here. Okay, I just wanted to clear up that misconception. A lot of people think they can't live a normal life in the world that we live in unless they do a lot of thinking, but that's not true. You will know what to do when things come into your life. You will know what actions to take when action needs to be taken. And, some people might say, well, what about planning for the future? What about, and there is a place, yes, for planning. Like I said, we have a thinking mind, and if we were the master of it instead of the other way around, it would be fine to use our tool. It would be fine to use our tool to plan a reasonable amount. Okay, I need to do this tomorrow. I need to do this next week. This is, here's some of my goals, and then move on with your life. But people sit around and obsess about tomorrow and obsess about next week. They don't use their tool to just make reasonable, rational plans and then move on with their life and live in the present moment. They're up here all day, from the moment they wake up, from the moment they go to sleep. That is not good for planning the future. And in fact, when you do that, you may feel like you're preparing, and you may feel like you're going into this thing more prepared, but what you're actually doing is going into this said thing more stressed. You're not actually accomplishing anything. So we can use our tool, our mind, to our advantage. Yes, it's an amazing thing that we have. But when we sit around and obsess and worry and stress and make these plans in our heads over and over and over again, and then worry about situations that may not even happen, or, what might happen with this situation, you're getting lost. You're getting lost in the mind and stressing. You're not using your tool as a master and using your tool for reasonable purposes. It's using you, and you may not even realize it. So my main point of today's video is you can live a successful life and do a little bit of planning, and you can go through this world and be just fine without so much of this. Leave this behind. It's a tool for you to use when you need it for reasonable, rational purposes. Otherwise, you need to practice living in the present moment. And every thought that pops up, see it as just mental white noise. Just mental white noise in the head. Don't give it any importance. Let it come and let it go. Let it pass through you like a cloud. Okay, when thoughts pop up, there's nothing we can do about that. But we can choose whether we grab that thought and hug it and bring it in and wrestle with it and argue with it and turn it into this big ordeal. And if you're sensitized, you're really going to feel it in the body. And if you're not sensitized, you may become sensitized. The more you do this, it's just going to cause a bunch of stress, depression, anxiety. We can choose to let thoughts come and go. That is our choice. It may not feel like we have a choice because you've lived under this illusion for so long. But you do have a choice on whether or not you grab those thoughts when they first pop up and bring them close and fight with them and talk back to them and argue with them and turn them into this big hour-long obsessing period, or maybe all day, all night, or maybe all week, all month, all year. That is your choice. And you can start today by noticing your thoughts, accepting that they came, because there's nothing we can do about them coming, but then choosing not to follow them. Well, there goes a thought. There goes another thought. I'm living in the present moment, letting thoughts come and go. I'm not going to grab them. I'm not going to bring them in. I'm not going to talk back to them. I'm not going to follow up with them, follow them where they want to take me. That is your choice. And the more you do that, the more the brain learns, the more your body heals if you're sensitized. If you're not sensitized, the quality of your life increases still yet, because you're not doing so much obsessing. So this is helpful for sensitized people or not sensitized people. It doesn't matter. This is the way we are meant to live, fully in the present moment, with a mind as a tool if we need it, but otherwise, nothing. Just living in the present. We can use our tool if we need it, otherwise we're just living in the present. So practice that today. Be completely where you are. Completely where you are, not somewhere else up here. You're not living when you're doing that. And it is your choice. It may not feel like it, but it is your choice on whether or not you follow those thoughts. Dedicate to not following them. That is one of our two main keys. That's a big one. The second one is to accept the feelings in the body. Let them come and go, just like you're letting your thoughts come and go. Let it all come and go. Resistance is futile. All right, you guys, so to sum it all up, you can live a happy, successful life without so much thinking. You can use the thinking mind when it's rational, when it's reasonable, when you need it. Otherwise, let it do its own thing. Let your body do its own thing. Let your mind do its own thing. And you just live in the present. Just let all this stuff come and go. Don't fall down the rabbit hole. All right, you guys. 3K, here we come. Thank you so much for that. I really, really appreciate it. We're just blowing up, and it means a ton to me. Comment, like, share. If you'd like to make a donation, shorter1993@live.com through PayPal. If you'd like a coaching session, if you feel like you need one-on-one help, which the videos, I'm telling you, are all that you need, but if you feel like you need a coaching session, message the Facebook page, WonderBroYo, Instagram, Twitter, WonderBroYo. You can find me under that username. Give me likes, give me follows. It really means a ton to me. I just want to keep growing and helping as many people as I can. It's a dream come true. All right, you guys, I love each and every one of you. You are not your mind. You are not your body. Let it all come and go, and you will learn in time. You will see the truth. Dedicate to it. All right, you guys, until next time, stay awesome.